Hey everyone, welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly here. Welcome everyone. Hey Peter, welcome Peter, welcome. We'll get started shortly. Hey Mary, welcome, welcome Mary. We'll get started.
Thank you. Hi David.
Hello. We'll get started. Hello Millie, welcome. We'll get started shortly. We'll get started shortly. This evening, we're going to go over trading in the zone, trend following, and using trading. We'll get started shortly. Hey Tracy, welcome Tracy.
Hey, David.
Hello. We'll get started. We'll get started shortly, guys. All right, let's go ahead and get started. All right. Let's see here. I'm going to share my trading screen. All right. So you guys should see my trading screen here. So let's talk about the markets. All right. Okay, so we're getting a pullback in the markets, guys. All right, so we failed to get, let's bring this out. This is the Dow. All right, this is the Dow. So we are failing to break through resistance. Okay, so prices pull back a bit. All right. On the Dow, we still do not have a buy signal. All right, but things are retracing a bit. All right, so let's go through that. On the S&P, so we're going to try to see what were any trends. On the S&P here, here's our buy signal here. Pullback, broke this support here. We've got a white candle. That's not good, all right? So we need tomorrow and the rest of the week, we need to recapture this support here, all right? So we need some buyers to come in. So we need some buying to come in and retest this resistance. If we do not, and we get sellers coming in, right? This sell short signal will have to close. Give me a second, Peter. I'll get with you. This sell signal here will have to close. Okay, so that's a bit of a concern. That's a concern. All right, for the markets. All right, we need the price. We need those buyers to hold. Right, so we came all the way down here. Right, so pull back up a bit. All right, but still we need these. We need the buyers to hold. All right, so it's a concern. Right, the buy signals are still holding. It is a concern. So we need buyers. We need buyers to come in. All right. Can we see? Welcome. Let's see here.
I was gonna make a joke that we got Peter selling coming in. A bloody day. Peter is very happy. I'm eating steak.
What was the Dow? What was the? I didn't see it for the day. What was the Dow down for the day? Let's see here. I don't know, but the IWM. So Peter, you're Russell here. It looks like it's the one in the most trouble here. Hey, Tyler. So here, right? So failed, right? Failed. We need these indexes here to really pull back up, right? Recapture these supports. We need green candles. Okay, so trade lightly, trade very, very lightly. Okay, trade lightly. All right. On the NASDAQ, same thing on the NASDAQ. All right, on the NASDAQ, same thing here, right? Here's the buy signal, and we're all the way down here. We need to hold this support, right? Previous resistance is support. All right, so here is previous resistance, which is now support, and that price is holding right here. I don't know if you guys can see this, but right here we are right here. So if we get some selling,
50% Fibonacci.
Yeah. Yeah. So if we get some selling coming in tomorrow and Friday is going to be important. Okay. We need to hold the price, right? We need to hold the buying. All right. So it's not a major concern, right? It's not a major concern yet. We need buyers to come in. If sellers continue to come in tomorrow and Friday, it's not good for long. We might have to change you know, VIX, if you guys look at the VIX is starting to move higher. All right, we needed the VIX to kind of hold down, right? Test these areas in here. I think we got down at the lowest, we got down at 18 on the VIX. So now it jumped today at a high of 24 today, right? 24. So now it's at 22. All right. So be careful with equities. The sectors are still holding right now, right? So the sectors are still holding. The indexes are still the indexes are still holding, right? So we're still holding, but like I said, if more selling come in, right, these will change, right? These will change. So just keep that in mind. Peter, did you have something else you wanted to say?
Yes, as the seller, this is what I think as for my analysis.
Okay.
There's a head and shoulders that's going to form on the left shoulder of the NASDAQ. There's a head. So I think the price is going to, seller's going to push it down to form the right shoulders. Then the buyers will come back and push it back up.
Okay. Are you looking at the Qs or are you looking at the index itself?
The Qs and the SPY.
Okay. Okay. So your
go back to the 61.8 Fibonacci, and it's going to form the right shoulder.
Okay. So your sentiment is for price
Bearish.
to continue down, bearish?
Yeah, because we have 12 days of price going up.
Okay.
So it's really unusual.
Okay.
And this is just my thoughts. It's going to come back down to form the right shoulder, and then it's going to, the buyer's going to jump back in and push it back up.
Yeah, you've been talking about that. You've been saying that, right?
Yeah. It's only because price has not took a break. It went straight up 12 days in a row. That's why I say it's going to come back down and form the right shoulder.
Okay.
It's like an inverse head and shoulders.
Yeah. So you, okay. Yeah. 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 It could do something like this, right? Where, right? Like here. But we don't know, right? But it looks like sell, you know, we got purple support and resistance here. That's never good. All right. You know, if you guys look at this, we really needed to break. Let's see here. We just need to get above.
Because this week, all the FOMC, they came out and are very hawkish on the interest rates.
Okay.
That's why we're getting this volatility.
Yeah. So just be careful, guys. Just be careful. All right. This buy signal here never really got going here. All right. So just be careful. I think that's the message. All right. And with the VIX moving higher, you know, that's never good, right? For stocks. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin here was the buy signal here on this break of resistance. And right now, basically the same thing with the indexes. All right. Hey, Charity, welcome. Here is resistance, buy signal here, very similar, never really took off. All right. So White consolidating candles, if you guys can see this. Okay, so we need buying to come in, quite frankly, right? We need buyers to come in and push the price higher. We've been talking about that price needed to stay above 45. Okay, 45,000. All right, which is right here. 45,000 is right here, and it broke that, right? So price broke that previous resistance, which is now support. So it broke that 45,000. That's a concern. All right. All right. We've got white candles here. That's a concern. We do not want a red candle. We don't want sellers to come in here. All right. So if we get more selling in later in the week, this buy signal will close. All right. So I was hoping, right, and some of you are in Bitcoin, so I was hoping that would, buyers would come in and move higher and test this area up in here. But as you guys know, it's not.
David, on that 30-minute chart, I have a 30-minute chart right next to it. Do some scalping.
Okay.
If you look at the 30-minute chart, it looks pretty nasty with the drop that it's taken today.
All right, let's bring that up. Oh yeah, wow. Look at that 30-minute.
Yeah, it was kind of depressing.
Yeah, there was a sell on the 30-minute. There was a sell signal that came in at 46,500, and then a sell short signal came in at 45, right at 45,000 and change. And yeah, that definitely, if you look at the 242, that doesn't look good. So the 30-240 definitely doesn't look good. Let me see if we have a sell short on the 240. Yeah, Tyler, that's pretty nasty there. Yeah, so there's a sell short signal right here on the 240. Right on this break of support right here. So Bitcoin might move lower here, right? A lot of selling here. All right, so yeah, they're really jumping in. But anything can happen. But this was a big area. They needed to hold. They needed to hold this level here, this 45,000 level. All right. So, and all Ethereum is selling off too, Litecoin. All right. So things are moving back to the downside for right now. All right. The dollar pairs, keep an eye on the dollar pairs. All right. I know, Peter, you had mentioned short. But it looks like the dollar pairs are trying to make a move higher. I don't see any. Go ahead, Peter. Peter, you had a question?
No, I'm just saying that I'm not trading Forex right now.
Oh, okay. There really isn't a trend right now, right? So there isn't. It's mixed, right? So it's mixed, and I just think Forex right now. I mean, there are some opportunities on the smaller time frame. But right now it's mixed. You guys have to understand, a lot of the pairs made some big moves, right? So the dollar pairs made some big moves to the downside, right? A lot of the yen pairs made a big move to the upside. All right, so we could see a rotation. All right, so here is one of the dollar pairs here, big move to the upside. Okay, markdown phase. This might be a good opportunity here. So take a look at the dollar pairs, guys. Okay, so take a look at the dollar pairs. You might find some opportunities in the dollar pairs to go long, not short, right? Not short, long. All right. USD CZK looks good. This looks good here on the forward time frame. All right. And they're moving higher. So they're starting to move higher in here. So just keep an eye. And I think I looked at USD HUF. So put some of these pairs on your radar. Okay. So USD CZK is one buy signal right here, markup phase, right? It went through that nice markdown phase, guys. That's what we want, right? That's what we want, right? Markup phase, bought here, sold here. Now it's went through that markdown phase, accumulation, markup phase, 240. All right, so this is, I'm going to talk about managing risk a bit when we trade in this way this evening. All right. But yeah, don't miss these opportunities, right? All blue here. These are solid blue, right? Solid blue in these dollar pairs, right? Only one that's neutral. So that's pretty good. So go through, those of you who trade Forex, those of you who trade Monster Scalper, go through, look for opportunities. I would look on the 240-minute time frame. So on your entries, guys, stay with the 240. All right. Once it's really moved higher, you can start timing your exits with the 30-minute. All right, if you're starting to see some pullback. All right, but look for opportunities definitely in the dollar pairs. If these moves, if they make a move, right, trend following, right, you don't want to miss these opportunities. All right. I wouldn't spend a lot of time on the yen pairs. I mean, they could definitely move higher, but they haven't given us a pullback. All right. Right? They haven't gone through. Now, I might be wrong. We'll take a quick look, but they haven't really gone through that markdown phase like here. This is what we want. We want a nice move up, nice markdown phase, accumulation, back up to that markup phase. All right. Stop me if you guys have any questions. Okay. This is another good one here. I took a look at earlier. All right, USD HUF, right? Similar, very similar. Nice move up. You guys remember these pairs made some nice pips. Pull back, markdown phase, right here, buy signal, markup phase. Okay. So spend a little time going through these. Find the ones that that went through that markdown phase and is setting up again. Oh, I don't like this. And sometimes the ones that I don't like, those are the ones that take off. Oh. All right, this is setting up here, markdown phase, right? That's the ZAR. ZAR is very volatile. All right, nothing there. But yeah, so there's definitely some opportunities, okay, in the dollar pairs. Let's take a look at the yen pairs. Now the yen pairs, keep an eye on the yen pairs, but you guys have to be careful with the yen pairs, okay? They've made a nice move, right, to the upside. They haven't really gone through that markup phase, markdown phase. So if you guys get a buy signal, You can take the trade, but just know that they're getting extended here. All right, they're getting extended, but you can't take the trade. Just, I would trade lightly. All right, I would trade lightly. Great opportunities. These were great trades, and they're trying to move higher. All right. If you guys do not want to trade them on the 240, you can definitely trade them on the 30-minute. All right, but be careful up in this area here, right? It's very, very extended. This was the trade here. So this was your real trade here. All right, but they could make another, they could take another leg up. All right, but that's the trade. Same thing with pound yen. All right, same thing with pound yen. Here was the trade here. Perfect trading right here, but guess what? Buyers are coming back in. We could get another buy signal. Okay, put it on the 30-minute. All right, put it on the 30-minute, and then you guys can wait. All right, wait for the buy signal here on the 30-minute to take the trade. Be careful with trading these on the 4-hour time frame. Like I said, they're extended. All right. If you take the trade on the 4-hour, gives you a buy signal, just be very careful because they're extended. All right. I want to go over, I went through this in one of the coaching sessions with one of our traders. And I wanted to go over this with you.
Hey, David, I got a stock for you for the heat seeker.
Oh, okay.
It's the one I text you this during the day.
Oh, okay. What's the symbol?
E as in Echo, S as in Sierra, P as in Papa, R as in Romeo.
ESPR?
ESPR, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I think I finally caught the beginning of a trend. I was a little frustrated. I was not catching any fish, but now, it's a cup and handle, and it just made the handle, and it broke resistance. This is a very inexpensive stock for everyone. That's why I bring it up to everyone. So I got in at $5.33.
533.
Yeah.
So you got in today? This was the one you sent me, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was a heat seeker recommendation.
Yeah. So let's talk about this, right? So I did a coaching yesterday, I believe, and we talked about this with one of the traders. This is really what we want here. All right. So markdown phase, right? And I always talk about this. When you guys do this enough, you really will start to really appreciate the systems, right? And the real value of the systems. Okay, so let me go through this. Here was the previous buy signal. This buy signal came in early 2021. So January of 2021 gave a sell signal here to get out of the trade in February, right? So about late February 2021. All right, so buy signal here, break of resistance right here. Let me draw it out. So buy signal here, it actually tried twice and failed twice. All right, so the sellers really were looking to push the price down. So buy signal here and a break of resistance right here. right? Blue arrow, buy signal right at that resistance, failed, got out, white arrow, got out, break of support right here. Price went up again, tested the resistance. You guys will see that, right? So when this happens, it's not you guys, right? Don't think that you've made a mistake. It's just what price does, right? You've got to, you got to fight between buyers and sellers. They're fighting for control. So here's another buy signal right here. Price really try to lift off, didn't happen, came back down, broke support. We got a sell signal here to get out. So that's your whipsaw, right? That's your whipsaw. Very aggravating right here, right? That's what traders really get, upset about. But guess what happened? This sell signal here, right? This was late February 2021. Look what happened to price after the sell signal. Okay, so look what happened to price, went all through that markdown phase. So since February of 2021, it never gave a buy signal all the way down to this markdown phase until we got a buy signal right here. All right, and that buy signal, Peter, you said you got in at what, 5:30?
Yeah, I got in at 5:33.
5:33. Okay.
Now I also bought call options for $85, $95.
Okay. So never gave, the last buy signal came in at $31, right? The sell signal came in at 27. And now the most recent buy signal came in at 450. Peter got in at 5:30.
And
now
the fact that NASDAQ and the spider went down, it didn't phase the stock. It still continued to went higher and broke resistance. I do have a little bit of concern, and I want to ask about it because I'm not very familiar with what this. I usually use Webull to see large orders coming in, small orders, or medium orders. So the last 2 days, it was only 65% all large orders, huge orders. And then today, it was the large orders flowing out. So what does that mean when and then all the rest for today, all that's coming in is just all small orders. So it sounds like institutions are selling to the retail buyers. That part, I'm not familiar what that means.
Yeah, but that's just 1 day's worth of volume, right?
Yeah, I was just noticing that was really strange. Like yesterday, 65% all large orders, 65. And today, most of the orders that's flowing in is small orders, no large orders.
Yeah.
And they're flowing out.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that too much. If it's coming up on Heat Seeker, right? So we track 3 months worth of volume and a lot of volume. So if it comes up on Heat Seeker, you should be fine. Okay. Now, this is what I wanted to really talk about here. All right, is this here. When
good news, it broke resistance, 563, and it broke resistance and held.
Yeah, this resistance here, Peter.
Yep, the previous resistance at 563, it broke and it finished at 567, 568.
Yeah, so right here was the buy signal right here at 444. All right. When you guys look for opportunities, make sure, try to get, and I like this one here. All right, I like this, but I've seen them where they're tighter. Okay, where try to find, and this is fine, Peter, this is fine. What I would like to see though is that your support, because you got in here, so now your support is right here. Okay, but ideally, and I know this is good, this is a good trade, right? But ideally, what I would like to see when you guys do this, if you can get right at that buy signal, and I know it's hard to do, right? But closer to that buy signal, so that if it, remember, right, we're gonna buy at a break of resistance, sell at a break of support, okay? Buy at a break of resistance, sell at a break of support, right? So I just want you guys to see this for a second. This will help with your minimizing your losses when you guys look for opportunities. Okay, so right here is your resistance. Right here is your resistance, your support. Okay. No, I'm just basing it on the buy signal here. I know you bought right here, right? But so
I
support
was
is
just
right.
frustrated with Moderna. Moderna broke resistance and then it came back down and just went sideways. So I was making sure this stock, I was watching it, make sure this stock actually held and trade above resistance.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Yeah, I want to go over something here, and this is, we'll go through this on the advanced, when we do our advanced class on Friday. All right. If I forget, please remind me. If you guys look here for a second, this is your buy signal here on a break of resistance. Your support is right here. Okay, so I want you guys to, those of you who are using the systems, start doing this. Okay, so here is the buy signal, right? Buy signal, the support is right here. When you look for opportunities, now this is good here, this is good, but try to get it where you have resistance right here and support. Try to get support very, very tight. Okay. All right. You're not going to be able to do it all the time, so that if you bought here, let's say you bought here, price comes down here, breaks support, you're going to get a sell signal to get out. This sell signal right here is a lot better than this one right here. All right. If you enter, let's say your buy signal was up here, break of resistance up here, and then your support is down here, just understand that this is you're going to have a larger loss, right? Because here's your buy, here's your resistance, here is support. Remember, price is always going to get you out when the price breaks support, because the sellers are now in control. Okay, so this is just something I want to, like right here, let's say here is support, I mean resistance right here, support is right here, you get a buy signal right here, here is your support. So if price comes down, hits that support right here, guess what? It's going to get us out of that trade. All right, rather than having a wide, okay, support and resistance. So let's say this was your resistance right here as an example. All right, this is your support. Price is going to have to come all the way down here to get you out of that trade. Okay, so just keep that in mind. All right, as you guys use the system and you become better, then your next goal is, as you understand these phases, your goal then is to watch your entries and minimize, like right here. Here's a good example. All right, here is a wide support and resistance. So moving forward, just be aware of where, when you enter these trades, right? Be aware of where your resistance is and where your support is. Okay, it's a bit more advanced. So here is resistance, a buy on the break of resistance, a sell on a break of support right here. That's a wide range. Here, that's a very wide range. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind when you get into these trades. All right, because what that's going to do is minimize your losses, right? Maximize your opportunity. All right. All right. So Peter, this is good. We'll take this, right? We'll take this, but when you go through, you will have a lot, you guys will have a lot of opportunities in heat seeker, right? Tons of opportunities, even in Forex, right? You have a lot of opportunities. So rather than just, you know, jumping in the buy signal, when you get a buy signal in the markup phase, try now to refine your entries. All right. So make sure you got nice consolidation, nice tight consolidation. We can take this one here. This is a good example here, because we can say, okay, here is support right here. Support is right here. Resistance is right here. Buy signal, blue arrow right here. Guess what? It breaks this support right here. We're going to get out. So small loss, right? So small risk, we have a low risk. It's all about risk reward, right? So low risk, big reward, right? So small risk is going to get us out, hit support right here, get us out. But guess what? The upside, we've got nice upside. Okay. All right. So just, we'll spend more time on that. How we're going to fine tune our entries, to minimize our losses, maximize our gains. All right. Small loss here, small loss here. If it goes through that markup phase, right? Big wins. All right. Any questions on this? I wanted to get this out because this is important. This will help you guys fine tune your entries, minimize your losses, maximize your opportunities. So Peter, what are you looking to do with this? You did calls on this?
Yeah, just going long. Pretty easy. Stocks and options.
Okay. Do you have a target or are you just going to let it run?
Yeah, I'm target $7 to $12.
Okay. Let's see here. So 12 would be right here. You've got some resistance right here at 10, almost $11 here. So, all right. But if they jump in, right, and it looks like it's doing its own thing, it closed at 566. So yeah, you might get a nice move higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My personality type, I'm impatient, so I can't hold on to a stock if it just goes sideways and do nothing. So I was paying attention whether it will continue to break a resistance. And it looked like a cup and handle because I'm reading that book, IBD book.
IBD, yes.
It talks about the cup and handle. But this cup and handle is like after a downtrend. So I didn't know cup and handle is good for like an uptrend.
Yeah, so with IBD, yeah, usually they like the cup and handles.
They like on an uptrend to form a cup and handle.
Yeah, so here's an example here. Let's see here.
But the good news is, you know, this is healthcare, biotech. So the institutions are buying.
Oh yeah,
biotech. We're in the rec sector.
Yeah. Here's a cup and handle here, right? Here's the cup, and then here's that handle right here. Boom. Yeah. The cup and handles, yeah, it's better when you do it in an uptrend. It's a continuation trade. All right. You'll find those a lot in the uptrends.
No, I think this is something that was already going.
All right. Anything else? Anything else you guys want to take a look at?
What was that spider fund for the biotech? Can you remind me?
The sector for the biotech. All right. Let's see here. Biotech. XBI. XBI.
Thank you.
Yeah, XBI. Guys, if you guys are trading equities, take a look at Peter's stock here. You know, this might be a good opportunity. All right. But again, with the market, right? It's with what the market is doing, just be careful. XBI. All right. So Peter, no buy signal yet, but you know, that could change. Nice markdown phase, right? Nice markdown phase here. Nice markdown phase. This market is tricky right now, guys. So it's tricky right now. All right. That's all I've got. All right, that's all I've got this evening. Keep an eye on these on the indexes. All right.
Well, I mean, I have to take it like that. I don't want to me.
All right. So keep an eye. And we'll alert you guys on how things are moving. I have no idea what the data will come in with Sniper Trader. It just right now we're in like no man's land, right? So if we get, like I said, we get more selling, these are gonna close. These buy signals are gonna close, right? Once this buy signal closes, if they do close, then things might just consolidate or move lower. All right. And then we'll have to wait for sell short signals. All right. So just be careful out there. Trade lightly. That's the message. Trade lightly. I wish I had better news for equities. All right. The dollar pairs. Really watch the dollar pairs. These are going to be some of perhaps your better opportunities to trade. All right. All right. So look for the ones with a nice pullback, right? A nice, you know, here is one. USD MXN is always a good pair to trade. It has nice volatility. It's not too expensive, right? But this is a nice trade setting up here. All right. I wouldn't go heavy, but here was the previous buy signal. Sold here, went through a nice markdown phase, right? Buyers are coming back in. You got a buy signal right here. All right. So this is another one. All right. Don't force the trades if they're not setting up nicely. Don't force them. All right. But look at the dollar pairs, guys. Right? Look at the dollar pairs. We'll continue to watch them. We'll send out some trades, some trade ideas, okay, with the dollar pairs. All right. This will be definitely be one of them here. USD MXN. All right. That's what we want. Right? Bought here, sold here. Right? Nice markdown phase. Right? You could have shorted it here too. Let's look at the short signal. This is definitely, just by looking at the chart, I can tell this was a good short. So look at that, perfect short, right? Perfect short, all right? And good trading too. If you guys look here, this has had some really good trading, 3 very profitable trades, all right? So here was a profitable trade here, bought here, sold here, sold short here, buy to cover here, bought here, sold here, went short here, and now bought here. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4 profitable trade. This was perhaps the biggest trade right here. Okay, so there is a good chance, no guarantee, but based on how it's trading, right, this might be a pretty good setup here. All right, right here. All right, so that's it. That's all I've got. I'm disappointed in the markets, right? I'm disappointed, but doesn't matter what we want. I was hoping that these buy signals would hold, but guess what? They're not holding. All right, so Be careful if the sellers come in again, right? If they come back in tomorrow and Friday, the system will close these buy signals, and we'll see what happens next. Okay, be flexible, be very, very flexible. All right, guys, take care, have a good evening, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, take care, bye-bye.
Thank you, David.
Thanks,
Thank you,
guys.
David.
Bye-bye.